Welcome back to the farm for another project. If this is your first time, hope you enjoy. So what we got work on today, we've got quite a few things going on. We have a pretty large order. Somebody just ordered. We have some slate coasters, we have some slate photographs, we have some larger 6x9 slate, which I've never done. And I need to build display mounts for all of them. So tonight we're going to get the CNC going. We're going to start on this mount. So let's show you the piece of lumber we're going to get started with, and let's get started. So let's do a test fit so we can see how these are going to fit, if they're all going to stay in here. So like I said, we've got 5 coasters. I just want to make sure they're not going to actually fall over. You know what? I think I'm going to go a little bit deeper with those, just so that they actually will hold down in there a little bit better. And this is why I like to test fit. So now that I know everything works, let me go modify these vectors. I'll be right back and we'll recut this again. Alright, well, the cutout just got done. Let's get the machine out of the way here. Let's pull this out and let's see how everything works out here. Now these actually weren't actually clamped onto it. This has actually got 2-sided tape, but I wanted to run those on there just in case to kind of keep everything moving from when I did the leveling pass. So far we're looking pretty good. There we go. Gonna have to do some final sanding, but the overall shape came out real nice. Now my other concern, which I'm gonna go grab the slate coasters here again, is that I'm hoping that this is gonna be large enough and heavy enough that with the coasters in it, it's not going to tip over. So let me go grab those. We'll test fit one more time. I'll be right back. Alright, so if we have 5 coasters in here, I'm hoping the weight of them just kind of sitting in here and kind of pushing down will actually keep this from tipping. We're just going to put them all in facing one direction, then I'll just kind of tip them back. Okay, so if all the coasters are in, perfect. So I think I'm going to go with an ebony stain. Since this dog is really dark colored, I think that's going to kind of be the best one. As far as color wise, that I think is going to be the best on here. So we're going to do a nice dark, and then I'll come back and wipe off some of the excess, so it's not going to look solid black, but it'll be pretty dark. Now we're going to try something kind of unique here as well. As their dog is dark colored, but he has also got some brown and some gold. So what I'm going to actually end up doing is I'm actually going to sand some of this stain off to see if we can't kind of get the color scheme to be somewhat similar to the dog. I don't know if it'll work, but we're going to give it a try. Alright, so now the stand's had a chance to dry. Then I came back through and, like I said, I just kind of hand sanded it in a couple of places just to kind of bring some of that lighter color through. So here's all the coasters. So we have their dog all done where he's blinking in the snow. We have him standing here when he was a year old. We've got him out in the field in his search and rescue vest. We have the close-up of him sitting up on the couch, which I love that one. And we've got him as a pup sitting out in the snow. Now all of these will sit right in here and just kind of lean back, so they kind of work as a display in that holder. They fit in there nice. Now this gentleman's actually called back and added a whole bunch of stuff to this order. So the next thing we're getting ready to do is we're going to be working on a 6" by 9". So quite a large piece of slate here. I just got done putting my logo on the back. But on the front of that, we're going to be putting another picture that he just sent me from his dog in his search and rescue vest. So let's get the laser fired up and let's get that thing going. So continuing on with that large order. So this is a 32-inch by 13-inch slab of maple. So this one you can still see here still has a live edge out here and a little bit on the end. So we're going to be cutting 6 holders, 2 more dog head shaped displays mounts out of this, and then a bunch of little nameplates as well. So we're going to try to cut all of that out of one large piece. Now normally I try to cut pieces at a time so I can watch it, but I've got so many things going on. I'm just going for my first one of just cutting a ton of stuff out of one slab. So let's get it started. This is one thing I love about getting this new joystick here, is how much easier it is. I mean, look at this, to move my machine around. So I'm getting ready to set my Z on this, and I can get this thing so much faster. When I'll get it as nice and close, then I can slow this down so it moves a lot more incremental. Get it nice and low so I can make sure I'm getting my Z set. So just like that, now I have my X and my Y axis, and I'll still use the touchpad here for my Z just so I can make sure, since this slab ain't perfectly level. I always like to start right in the middle here and get it set. But I'll tell you what, this joystick, game changer. I'll have a link for the one that I bought in the description. Well, that came out better than I expected. That's awesome. So now I can come back through and I'll just pull each one of these out, and then I'll go through and sand them. And the laser's just about done with the new 6x9 tile. So we're going to take 2 of these, glue these up, and we're going to make our first mount. So let's get this thing taken apart. Okay, so this is what we're going to be doing with the stands. And you saw those get cut out last night. But what the plan was is these are going to be specifically for the 6x9 slate, like this one here we just got done engraving. But the same client also ordered some. They're going to be mounting horizontal. So I wanted the display to work for either one, so in case one breaks or in case I need to just duplicate these over and over, they'll all be exactly the same. But I didn't want anything too bulky, so what I came up with was this. So what I ended up doing is just cutting little tiny slits that go all the way around front and back, so you can see here. So then I can do a little bit of joinery work. So these little shims will kind of slide in here and sit nice and flush. What I like about that is then you get a little bit of a contrasting woods here, and obviously it'll be a little bit tighter. But then you get a little difference in grain, and I'll try to use some different colored wood. So it's small, simple, doesn't add a lot of weight, and still allows the rest of the character, I think, of the lumber to be kind of displayed really nice. So we're going to go through and notch all of these. We're going to put all these, get them all glued up, and then we'll finish this project up. All right, here we are putting together and getting ready to ship this out. So this is my largest order from a single client to date since I started my business this year, which is really exciting. So initially this had started off with just a order for a single set of coasters with a custom display. Now I went through and actually designed this display using their dog, which made it a lot of fun, and they enjoyed it enough that that turned into all of this. So I was really excited to that. This was, like I said, this is my largest order, and all of these are kind of custom fit and custom tailored to each person that he wanted to have these made for, which made them a lot of fun. Now unfortunately, the camera that I did all the laser etching for a lot of these, somehow that file all got corrupted and I lost all that video. So the only video you're going to be able to see is when this one was getting engraved, which to me just makes it worth it because this is one of my favorite ones that I've engraved to date. That just turned out absolutely incredible. But we're going to get all these packaged up and get these all sent out to the client. With my appreciation, sent a couple extra goodies just to say thank you for all the business. Well, thanks for joining me for another video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to give a thumbs up. Feel free to share. If you have any questions or comments, please put those down below. I'll do what I can to answer them for you. If you really enjoyed watching me do this project, you want to join me for all my other projects and all my other adventures, hit that subscribe button. Again, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you around.